Hi everybody, welcome back. I haven't really been around for a long time, but now I'm here and I hope I can stick with this for a long time. I thought it would be nice to start sharing with you tutorials to specific asanas, positions, transitions, etc. so that you can understand more complex things better and easier. Today, I want to share with you a short forearm stand tutorial. Now, forearm stand is great to build up strength and flexibility in your shoulders, in your arms, upper arms, etc. So, yeah, to get started, you will benefit from a strap. So if you have a strap or a belt or anything like that, go ahead and grab it. Also, it's really beneficial to have a yoga block or something similar. It can really be a thick book. I used to practice with my old university books and they worked quite well. So get something, and then you just need a yoga mat or not if you're comfortable with the floor. Up to you. So as I mentioned, forearm stands are great for building up flexibility in the shoulders. Now, to be able to hold a forearm stand comfortably, you need a certain level of flexibility in your shoulders. We're just gonna start in a tabletop with a little warm-up. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and we're gonna do a simple cat-cow to just mobilize the spine. With your inhale, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, press your chest forward, look up, try to relax your face. And with your exhale, round your back, suck your belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, bend your back, look up, tailbone up, chin up. Exhale, belly in, chin to chest, round your back. Inhale, bend your back, look up. And with your exhale, walk your hands forward and come to your puppy pose. Now, if your shoulders are tight, you can bring your elbows and your forehead down to the floor. However, if your shoulders allow you to extend your arms and bring your face, chin, maybe even your chest down to the floor, go ahead and do that. Let's take 5 breaths here. Focus on your shoulders, on your upper back. See how it feels. Don't forget to breathe regularly. In through the mouth. And as you exhale, try to soften a bit more. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 1 breath. Inhale. And exhale. With your inhale, slowly start walking your hands back to your tabletop. We're gonna grab the block. So grab a block. If you have a bit broader shoulders, you might need 2 blocks. I'm actually gonna grab a second block just so that I can show you how to use 2 blocks. So if you have 1 block, you just place it down on the mat. You place your elbows on the block, bring your palms together, keep your hips above your knees, and then release your head down towards the floor. Bring your hands behind your neck and relax. If you need 2 blocks, grab them, place them next to each other, and then place each elbow on 1 block. And just like before, you're gonna bring your hands behind your neck and release your head down. This is really nice, especially if you have very tight muscles in your triceps. We're gonna take 5 breaths here with your inhale. You can lift up a tiny bit. And with your exhale, soften down. 4, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. And out. With your inhale, slowly start getting up. This might be a little tricky, but I hope you'll manage. Place the blocks to the side, and then we're gonna move on to the dolphin. Now, dolphin is the getaway, I would say, into your forearm stand practice. In dolphin, it's important that your elbows are not too wide apart. So as you come down, place your elbows on the floor. Now, grab your opposite elbows, make sure this is the distance where your elbows stay, and then just place your hands down on the mat. They can be as wide as your elbows or as your shoulders, or maybe a tiny bit closer together with your thumbs touching. Really, in my opinion, both options are good. So come down, grab your opposite elbows, place your hands down, curl your toes under, and as you exhale, push the mat forward and lift your hips up as if you were doing your downward facing dog. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, we haven't really warmed up the hamstrings, you can do little steps, maybe warm up a little into your hamstrings, into your hips, your Achilles, and your calves. But then try to find a more stable position, more static. Don't move around quite as much. If you cannot extend your legs, that's not a problem. Focus on pressing the mat forward, lifting your hips up, lengthening your spine. If you're capable of placing your heels down to the floor and extending the legs, go ahead and do it. And we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your neck relaxed. 4, inhale. Exhale. Try to push the mat a bit more forward. Bring your armpits towards your thighs or direction thighs. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 breath in. And out. Okay, bring your knees down to the floor and take a little break in your child's pose. Bring your arms next to your legs, forehead down to the floor. 2 breaths. If you're new to this might be really difficult. I remember doing my first dolphins thinking that it's the hardest thing in the world. It takes time to build up the muscles, but if you repeat this regularly, you'll get there and it will start feeling nice. Okay, come back down on your forearms. So the second thing we're gonna do to build up some strength in our core, shoulders, and legs, we're gonna do the 3-legged dolphin. I don't know if that's their real name, but it's not that important. So we're gonna measure the distance between your elbows, place your hands down, bring your feet together, and then extend one leg up to the ceiling, and we're gonna hold for 5. Keep pushing your hands forward. 4. If you can extend the leg, go ahead and extend it. If you cannot, no problem. 2. And 1. Change. Left leg goes up for 5. 4. Keep your neck relaxed. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Bring your knees back down on the floor. And again, take a little break in your child's pose or just sitting on your heels, whatever works for you. The next thing we're gonna do, again, to strengthen our core, shoulders, everything, is a little 3-legged dolphin exercise. So again, come back down to your forearms, hands down, toes go under, you press your hips up. Bring your right leg up to the ceiling, and then with your exhale, bring your right knee to your nose, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale to the nose. 3 more up. To the nose. 2 up. To the nose. And last one up. to the nose, hold, 3, 2, 1. Place your right foot down. You can take a break and then come back. We're gonna do the left side. Lift your left leg up. Make sure your head is away from the floor. With your exhale, left knee to the nose. Inhale up. Exhale to the nose. Inhale up. To the nose. And I think we have the last one. Up. And to the nose. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Both feet down, knees to the floor. Again, take a break. Child's pose forward, just seated on your heels. You can shake out your arms a little if they're getting tired. Mine are getting tired. Okay. Third thing, or fourth, I don't remember. But anyway, we're gonna come down to the forearms, just like before. We're gonna measure the distance, place your hands down, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, and we're gonna look forward and shift the shoulders forward towards the hands. So just shift it forward and then press back. For 5, forward and back. 4, press it back. 3, and back. 2, and last one, forward and back. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the floor. Sit down. And again, take a little break. Okay. We're gonna move to the wall. If your knees are sensitive, take a blanket or something to place underneath your knees. We're gonna do the wall sit, where you'll learn how to press even more forward with your arms, which is really important in our forearm stand. So curl your toes under, come with your knees like 10 centimeters away from the wall. Bring your elbows down. Again, measure the distance, hands down. And now you're gonna press with your hands forward, engage the core, engage the thighs, and lift your knees up as if you are sitting on a wall. You can relax your head and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down. And again, take a little break. If you want to repeat any of these exercises, if you really like them, then go ahead, stop the video and repeat it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a forearm stand with a wall L shape. I don't know if that's the name, but it does not matter. So first of all, sit down, bring your feet to the wall, and now see where your sit bones are. Where your sit bones are is where your elbows are gonna be, so remember that. And then just turn around, bring your elbows to the floor, measure the distance, palms down, and you're gonna step your feet up on the wall. So just bring your feet up. Now make sure your feet are not too high. You want your feet to be in one line with your hips. Your legs are parallel to the floor. It's very tempting at the beginning, as you don't have the strength and the mobility to bring your legs very high on the wall. I cannot demonstrate because there's no wall here, but you know what I mean. So just make sure your feet are not too high. Keep pressing forward with your hands. Relax your neck, and we're gonna hold for 10 breaths. If you're at home, you can hold for up to 1 minute. That's what I used to do as I started practicing my forearm stands. It's good to hold for longer periods of time if you can, to build up the strength. We have about 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. And Okay, bring your feet back down on the floor, knees to the floor. Oops, headphones. And then hold in your child's pose or just sit down and relax. You can shake it out a little, do a few circles of your shoulders if you are tired. We're gonna move on. Now, before we move on, I'll just mention that maybe some of you are experiencing a thing where your elbows go far away from each other. Now, we don't want our elbows to splay, not splay to the sides, but to go in opposite directions, because when they start going apart, your face starts going closer to the floor, and then eventually you'll just hit the floor with your face, which we do not want. So really try to keep them in one line or underneath the shoulders. If you don't have the strength yet, take your belt, make a little loop with your belt. So the loop should be, well, you want your elbows to be shoulder distance apart, so it's going to be different for each of you. But I think this is like a good width for me. I'm going to put my arms there, and then I repeat the same thing with the belt. So you don't have to actually measure the distance, you just place your feet up on the wall, and you will notice that this is way easier. Now the only disadvantage is that your face is hitting the belt. But anyhow, you might consider doing this, yeah, if you're having problems with the elbows. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look on how to learn how to get away from the wall. I very much like practicing all my inversions with my back towards the wall, because if you're practicing with your face towards the wall, you will never learn how to fall, and it's when you're falling when you start really engaging the muscles that you need to engage, where you learn how to balance. So if you're completely new to forearm stands, you can, you know, turn around and then just try to kick up against the wall. It's also, you know, a good way how to maybe improve your stamina, I guess is the word. You know, like if you want to hold for a longer period of time and you cannot balance yet, to build up the strength, you can practice with the help of the wall behind your back. However, to learn how to balance in the forearm stand, we're gonna learn how to do it without the wall in front of our face. Yeah, we're gonna be with our backs towards the wall. So again, bring your elbows down to the floor, measure the distance, palms down, and you're gonna step your feet up, just like before. Now I like to look a bit forward, somewhere. It's between it's at the center of my forearm, basically. Yeah, so I'm just looking down, not way too forward, not all the way down. Something that is helping you to focus on one spot, and it's not way too intense on your neck. You're gonna lift one leg up and reach the direction where your fingers are pointing. And you're gonna keep reaching, 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 and with a leg that is at the wall, you're gonna shift yourself a little forward. Now you can stay here, you know, just hold like this for as many breaths as you want to, and then change. Another leg, try to keep as little weight on the foot that's on the wall as possible. Now, if you come to a point where you feel like you can support yourself with your strength, you can start hugging the knee on the foot that's touching the wall. You can start hugging the knee towards your chest or towards your belly. Yeah? At the beginning it might be, you know, half a second, 1 second hold. That's totally fine. Keep pressing your hands forward. Keep pressing with your elbows against the floor. Make sure you're not collapsing down. You know, you wanna rise up. You wanna go higher. You might manage to remove the foot away from the wall, and that's amazing. So keep your knee at your chest. I really like to keep my feet apart, my legs apart, like scales. Now, if you find yourself falling, hug your chin to your chest, bend your knee, and just fall out of the pose. It looks way scarier than it is. If you are afraid of doing this on your own, you can ask your yoga teacher at your studio to help you fall out of the pose for the first time, and then you'll see that it's not that bad. Or you can just ask somebody who you trust. Yeah, so it's important that you hug your chin to your chest, you protect your neck, and then you bend your knee and land on the foot. We don't want to land on the lower back. You don't have to have a deep back bend to be able to fall out of this pose. If you have a deeper back bend practice, you can fall directly into a forearm wheel. Yeah, some of us might be able to do this, but then there's a group that is just, you know, not capable of doing that because of their back flexibility and shoulder flexibility. So if you're in that group, don't worry. You don't need a deep back bend to fall out of the pose. I suggest you to do this one more time, maybe the falling thing, just so that you understand that it's not bad. It's not scary. I mean, it is scary at the beginning, but it's a part of the process. You know, as you practice inversions, you have to learn how to fall, and you have to accept the fact that you're gonna fall many times during the process. So again, if you're scared, ask somebody to help you. If you're fine, go ahead and do it. Try not to panic, you know, like focus on two things: hugging chin to your chest, bending the knee, and landing on the foot. I'm going to demonstrate it one more time. This time I'm going to fall into the forearm wheel. Yeah, so for the first fall was just falling, you know, somehow down. Second one is going to be the forearm wheel. So for those who can, whose back is sufficiently flexible, look forward. Keep reaching with the upper leg where your fingers are pointing. Keep hugging the knee on the other leg towards your chest. Try to create something like, you know, scales scales with your legs. And if you cannot hold it anymore, chin to chest, slowly landing on one foot and then on the other one. And to get out of here, again, chin to chest, lower yourself down, and that's it. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. And yeah, just keep in mind that falling is part of the process. Forearm stands are really hard. In my opinion, it took me 9 months of daily practice, daily forearm stand practice to learn how to balance up there. My arms were really weak. Yeah, it just took time, but then it clicked, and now I can do it, and you can do it too, you know, if you commit to it. So with this, I would like to thank you for watching. If you have any requests for tutorials, or if you have any questions, write it down in the comments. I will make sure to answer them. And have a beautiful day. Thank you so much.